Hi guys, welcome to the MegaMart Show. This is our Emancipendence episode. You know, we're almost 60 years old, but August 6th, we'll be celebrating 60 years of awesomeness in Jamaica. So you know that we're here today on set in the kitchen because we will be cooking up some authentic Jamaican dishes in celebration of our 60th year. And we are joined today by Chef André Sewell, who will be cooking up a storm in the kitchen. What are you going to prepare for us today, sir?
What's cracking? So, I'm not going to go exactly authentic.
No? Okay.
I'm going to take some traditional Jamaican items and I'm going to put a little spin on there.
Jazz it up, mix it up.
True Andre style,
That's
right?
in true Andre style.
Yeah.
Recently, it's interesting that when I got this call, I think a few days before I got the call to come, I was working on one of my interpretations of what a Jamaican taco could look like. And what I did there, I took some boiled dumplings, I flattened them out, cut them out into perfect rounds, filled it with some jerk chicken, I did this rye plantain salsa, I put some escovitch pickle on top of it, and I took some scallion, turned it into scallion powder, and made a little crema of sorts.
Okay.
Nice.
So-
When you see that bottle, that is secret sauce bottle,
Yeah, man.
you know.
This.
Yes.
I'll tell you how to make it still, you know.
But you have to
understand?
figure out the
Yeah,
rest.
man. Yeah, man. So,
Okay.
I posted it online. I got like amazing feedback because everybody loves fry over dumpling.
I was about to
Everybody
say
love
that.
fry
What
over.
is more
Everybody.
traditional than
That's
fry
what I'm
over
going to
boiled
say.
dumpling?
That's like sounds very authentic
Listen,
Jamaican.
no
Yeah.
matter whatever I'm cooking, once there's dumpling, I make extra. I boiled 20 dumplings last night. 20.
For what?
And if you never had
For
any
what
reasons to
reason?
boil extra dumplings
Actually, it was
before,
30. Yeah.
30.
30, yeah.
So you
So
actually
10
counted the
disappeared?
I counted.
Oh, okay.
10. I mean, you know, my son is here. He had everybody.
Your
And
toddler.
now we're going to
Yeah.
have
Your
some.
toddler
Yeah,
had
don't worry
some.
about that.
Okay.
Him belly sort out. You understand?
I want to put in an application.
So
Okay.
I'm going to, go through the process of how to achieve
Right.
this fried
Because
dumpling taco.
when you say tacos aren't really synonymous with Jamaica.
Right.
But when you
But you
say
say fried dumpling, fry over dumpling,
Yeah.
tacos. No,
There you
that
go.
sound
on a
exciting.
different
There you go.
level.
That sound like yard.
And then I
Yeah.
bought 3 sets of fillings for it. I have some mince, some beef patty filling.
Okay.
I have some callaloo, traditional Jamaican, and I
Right.
have some curry lime jerk chicken.
Curry what?
Curry lime jerk chicken.
Lime as in the sour something?
Yes. I know
Interesting.
it sounds odd too.
Well, curry sounds very Jamaican.
Yeah.
Or we've adopted, or
We're
we've
we're
kind of
curry
taken
people.
over curry.
Yeah.
Sorry. We've kind of,
Let me tell you what the problem is with curry locally.
yeah.
Persons think you have to take curry and make some kind of gravy with it. Curry is a spice. You literally can season some ripe plantain with curry and fry it. Because curry is a spice.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that is something that I've been trying to kind of change the mind. It's very difficult.
That's true, because you could
Yeah.
eat curry mangoes, couldn't you?
Curry
It's a
mangoes.
spice.
Yeah.
It's a spice.
Yeah.
So you said the fillings are
So
Callaloo.
the beef patty filling, callaloo, and the curry lime jerk chicken.
curry lime jerk chicken.
Yeah, but
Curry lime.
But you're not tied to those. We could have done
you can do whatever you want.
ackee and saltfish.
Jerk
That's
chicken,
exactly what
all
I
those other
wanted.
things that we
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
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 Because at the end of the day, a taco is really a blank canvas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You fill it with whatever you
Just
want.
hold your filling.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm kind of excited to see how a boiled dumpling turns into a taco. I think I'm really invested in this process now.
Yeah. It's very
I
simple.
see a contraption that I don't really know how
All right,
it
let
works.
me step
some
over this side and
heavy
show you.
metal.
Yeah.
This is called a tortilla press,
Okay.
right? And this is what they use to make corn tortillas.
Tortillas. Right.
altogether. And tortilla, that's the
Turns
flour
into a taco.
that you use to make your taco.
Okay.
Right? So I have one here. It's made out of cast iron. I put some wax paper in between it so that this doesn't get messy or your
Okay.
dumpling doesn't stick
Yeah,
to
because
it when you do it.
Right.
Easy
Flour.
cleanup.
Right.
Right? So if you don't have this, I actually used to make these before I had one of these. And what I did was same wax paper, put it on a cutting board, and I would take like a frying.
I have a quick question.
Run
Like
it.
just for the viewer's sake, before we get to this point, do you have any tips to make good boiled dumplings?
So what I love is I like when my boiled dumplings are tight.
Okay.
I think they look better, they're easier to work with, all
So-
of these things.
Before, when you spoke about like fried dumplings, you said don't overwork the dough.
Yeah, okay. I see where you're getting at. I see where you're getting at. I see where you're
Okay.
getting at.
I want to hear what you have to say now because
All right.
I mean, boiled dumpling is boiled dumpling. The flour, water, you mix it up.
Yeah, that's the case for boiled dumpling. Fried
Right.
dumpling is a bit more technical.
Yeah.
Fried dumpling is something that's supposed to be light and fluffy and airy. Flour has a protein called gluten, and the more you work the dough, the more that gluten will develop. The chewier, the more your end product will be more chewy, will be a little more firm, will be more springy. You don't want that for
Gluten
fried
gets
dumpling.
gluey.
The gluten gets developed and it's really strong.
Okay.
It forms this network.
Okay.
Boiled dumpling, you don't have to concern yourself with that.
Yeah.
Because again, you kind of want a tight boiled
You
dumpling.
can just
You know what I
knead
mean?
and
Just
knead and
knead
just
it.
knead.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? The only thing I would advise, because I've been testing out a number of batches, and the tighter boiled dumplings, they will work, but they're a bit more difficult to press.
To press.
So we
Simple as
have
this.
some pre-boiled dumplings from dinner yesterday,
Regular boiled dumplings.
right?
Regular
Nothing
boiled
special.
dumpling.
Wax paper here.
Michael say them shape good.
You think this shape good?
Shape good.
And they made a loose one then?
Yeah, what?
You want to see how I make the... Anyway. Cover it up like I said.
Right?
Put down the top.
And press.
Press it. Now, I'm going to show you the thickness that you want to. If you go too thin, then it will start to,
Oh,
you
wow.
have
Break
holes
away.
in there. You don't want that.
Okay.
It got a lot wider than I thought it would.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Look at that.
There you go. I'm going to give it one more press because I'm going to cut it out with a cookie cutter. Before I bought, and these are cheap.
Yeah.
But if you don't have, you can simply take a container like this, turn it over, and use a knife and just cut round.
And you get your
And you
shape.
get the
To
shape.
your shape. Yeah.
But before we get to that, if we don't have,
If you don't have this, you go ahead with the wax paper just the same. And again, you can take a frying pan, you can take a cutting board,
Yeah.
whatever you have that's
So you
flat
put on your
with a good
cutting
amount
board.
of weight.
Put on your wax. Put your dumpling
so if you
on
have
there.
a big heavy Dutchie, you just,
Not
There
a
you
piece
go.
of wax. And
you
your
know you have a
Dutchie.
Dutch pot.
Everybody,
You have a Dutch.
Everybody have a
everybody have a
Exhibit
Dutchie.
A.
All right, so from here, I'm gonna give it a cut.
Right?
All right, and then this is what you end up
Oh,
with.
there we
Nice
go.
and cute.
Right, perfectly round.
Yep.
From here, put it down, fold it over so that it's
So
shaped
get
like a
it in
taco.
that taco shape.
Drive a toothpick through it.
And you drop it in the
Oh, there we go.
Easy as pie. You don't want the oil too hot because you don't want it to brown too quickly.
Okay.
Right, so I
So
use a
it's-
toothpick or a matchstick or even a piece of paper towel. Once you dip this in there, you just want to see some bubbles forming around it. Not too if it's too violent, it's too hot.
Okay.
But you want to see it sizzling so that you
Right.
know it's hot enough.
And so
Okay.
the oil is what? It should be deep enough to cover.
It should be deep enough to cover it. Now, many persons tend to ask questions about when you're deep frying, why is there so much oil?
Yeah.
And the food is going to be oily. Once you are maintaining your oil temperature, your food will not be oily, right? If I were to drop this in here now and the oil was too cold, then we take out a soggy, greasy mess.
Yeah.
But listen, as I drop it in there, you hear it sizzling.
Yes.
So the oil is hot enough, you understand? And it's almost immediately creates a barrier around the edges of it, around the exterior,
Yeah.
seals it, and starts to brown it and crisp it up.
Right.
So when I pull these out, of course you're going to have to drain it a little bit because you're frying it.
But it won't be.
But it won't be
be
soggy and greasy
greasy.
and just this big old mess.
Okay.
And they don't take long to fry. Within a minute, I'm actually going to pull this out. At the end of the day, all I'm looking for is for it to set so that when I pull the toothpick out, it will hold its shape. And I want it crispy around the edges.
But
And a
then the
little
fact
colour.
that we've
And some color, right.
flattened them out means that it will fry a lot faster.
A lot faster as well.
Than if we had just done it traditionally.
true.
No,
Yeah.
we're finished here, actually. See that? Set.
I'm very impressed. It actually looks like a taco shell.
There you go. And then you get that fry over dumpling taste that we all
That we all
Man.
know
know.
and love so much. Now, one of the things, if your dumpling is too tight, when you're doing this, when you're pressing it, you'll notice that it kind of springs back. That's one of the reasons I said I don't want to use a dumpling that's too tight. It will take too much effort to press, and it will start springing back a lot quicker. And so
Okay.
you'll end up with some smaller dumplings.
And it wouldn't crumple, it wouldn't like break away.
It would break away.
Okay, and
Because
that's what I'm
one of the ways
imagining.
that you make it tight is to make it a little drier.
Right.
And when it's so dry, it will become a
There's
bit more
not enough
brittle.
moisture in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit more brittle. It's just, I
So
tested many.
this dumpling is just flour and
Water and salt.
Water and
Literally
salt.
just boil them.
but there are persons who make dumpling with a little cornmeal.
Yeah, it would work.
It would work.
It would
Would
work.
still
As
be
long
okay.
as as long as you are not making it mostly cornmeal, because I don't think that would stretch the way.
Yeah.
I plan to try it because, you know, corn tortillas are a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I definitely wanted options. But if you're making your boiled dumplings with cornmeal like you normally do,
Yes.
you'd be good to go.
My grandmother likes to make it with cassava. Would that be an issue?
Question here. When she cuts that cassava dumpling, does it feel like a regular? How does it? You
I
ever
know
tried
when
it?
I eat it, it doesn't. The texture is.
The texture is a little different.
Yeah.
Texture is a little different.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to try that.
Okay.
I'd have to try that.
Because I know a lot of people love their cassava dumplings.
Yeah.
My grandmother loves it.
Some persons, when they're making dumplings with alternative flours, they'll mix it with some flour.
Yeah,
And-
it does have
and
flour in there.
Well, it should be fine.
It would give it a bami kind of vibe, don't it?
We-
A bami kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Is that good or I need to go
You
again?
need a little
Press it
more
some more.
press,
Press it
Kim.
some more. Muscle up, muscle up.
Supervisor.
Bami, the bami would not. I don't think the bami would be pliable enough unless you have some bami with dry.
Yeah.
I've had bami before that's, you know, nice and moist, and it would give you that kind of stretch and the spring that you would require. So if you're going to use bami, I would say go with one that's more moist.
Yeah.
And bamis tend to be thick, so I'd probably try to slice it in half first before pressing it.
Okay.
But you definitely
I
want something that's
broke it.
moist.
No, I didn't.
Oh, nice then, man. Gracias.
Thank you.
Nice, Kim.
All right, so the size of the tacos that you get will be dependent on the dumplings that you make, the size of the dumplings that you make.
Okay.
Some of these were a little smaller than others, and so for that I just draw
Little
for a
smaller.
smaller.
Okay.
We do have some vegetarians on set,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
did mention the fillings are flexible, right? It's
Absolutely.
up to you. So if you wanted to make this meal totally vegetarian,
Yeah, absolutely. I actually want to. I want to
well,
do
the callaloo option would be
the
vegetarian.
callaloo
Yeah.
is vegetarian,
Right.
and I'm going to top it with some ripe plantain that I just finely diced.
Festive.
Yeah. So that will add a little bit of sweetness to it, and it has a little bit of heat in there. There's a little coconut milk in there as well. So
Yeah.
give you a nice balance of flavors. Again, this is a
I usually say that our national dish is actually ackee and saltfish with ripe plantain.
with ripe.
Ripe plantain, right?
Makes sense.
I normally say fried chicken, rice and peas, curry gravy.
Yes.
But we could think, looking at the plantain, we could actually do a plantain taco. That's possible.
So, all right, I'm glad you asked that. Green plantain, I've done a green plantain empanada before. Once you
Press
can
it.
just boil the green plantain, put
Boil
it in, boil it. I know it's going to sound odd.
Uh-huh.
But you boil the green plantain. If you have a mortar and pestle, if you don't have one of that, you take a pot, a bowl, and you take a nice heavy spoon and just mash it out. It will become, once you mash it, it will almost look like a dough.
Oh,
Because I know it's like mimicking a green banana,
You can use
boiled green banana.
I think it would be a
Yeah.
little bit thicker, no?
It would be thicker,
Okay.
but maybe the green plantain has more starch.
Okay.
Because of the starch content, it will actually become. I can do green plantain that is as pliable as this. I've done it before, and I've used this
Boiled.
tortilla boil. So you boil it, you mash it. You don't throw it in a blender. You don't throw it in a food processor. That will kind of liquefy it.
Yeah.
You mash it with the back of a spoon or use a mortar and pestle. And if you go enough, the starch that's in there will hold it like this.
Oh, okay.
And so I can take that dough and fold it. So
What
actually
about-
make green
And
plantain
put
patties
filling.
and put filling in there.
What about if we do it the tostone kind of way with the pressed planting?
So that would be like an open face taco?
Which is exactly what I'm planning to do with this, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
We are learning now. Yeah.
All right, so removing the toothpick is as simple as twisting it like this. You just want it to give a little. So once it starts to spin, you know that you can pull it out. That's the other thing with the boiled dumplings that are too tight.
Yeah.
It makes this process a lot more tedious. So between the tightness of the dumpling and how crisp you fry it, this will become really hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe you should just do it. Should you do it as soon as you take it out, or should you allow
I
it
mean,
to
you know, I
set?
touch it immediately. But
Point taken.
because this one has been resting for like what, maybe a minute so far.
Yeah.
And all right, that's about me. So I'm gonna just leave that over there a
Noted.
little bit. So this one is going to be an open face taco, and I might do a couple more
Okay.
because I made 30 dumplings. So let's get it.
Listen, I just want to make it known that I've gotten a workout for the week. Pressing
From
all
pressing.
of those.
Then imagine if you didn't have the
Listen, supervisor, I don't want to hear anything from you.
Yeah, man, it definitely
It takes
made...
some
Imagine me on my
arm
Dutch pot.
strength.
Let me tell you another concept that I had in mind. I haven't tested it as yet, so I'm not telling you to try it. I'd make the dumpling dough, regular dumpling dough,
Make it a
water,
little
salt,
flatter.
and I just roll it out from the get-go.
Okay.
You probably have a rolling pin or a wine bottle, and then you just boil the dumpling in flat.
Boil it flat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Or
Smart you are.
if you have, you know, if you happen to have a man around the house, you just say, honey,
Need some muscle strength.
I need some muscles, and you just put him to work, okay?
well,
Or call Renee over.
So these
all right.
to supervise the
Sure.
proceedings.
So
We have some pre-filled.
we have some pre-filled with there. I did these before because I wanted the cheese to start melting.
Okay.
All right. So these are the beef patty ones.
The beef patty tacos.
Yeah. Let me clean up my plate a
Really
little bit.
does remind me of the beef patty with the
It does.
minced beef
The
and
filling is-
the melted cheese.
Yeah, get a little cheese patty vibe going there.
I kind of feel like, so it's really funny that you're doing a version of dumplings today because I remember the very first episode that we had Andre on. You did your world famous
Literally.
fried
Fried dumplings.
dumplings.
Dumpling
Do you
man.
remember that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm going to show you how to make the best fried dumplings
The
you'll ever
world's
eat
best
in our life.
Please, go ahead. Go
And there's a
ahead.
science to it.
There's a science to make it find
Yeah.
out. This is a big thing, you know.
There's a science.
A whole heap of women out there
Don't know.
can't fry a proper fried dumpling.
And them tell me that every day.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
All right.
So there's a science. I'm going
Okay.
to show you.
Kim, learn this.
I try and do those everywhere I go, I swear.
Those are the best dumplings I've ever had in my life.
I change the recipe too.
Hands down. What?
Change the recipe.
It's better now.
It was really exciting. It did like a ackee, but it wasn't ackee and saltfish. It was
Aki Normandy, I believe. Was it with coconut milk? or-
no, it's like a primavera kind
Oh,
of
okay,
vibe.
okay. Yeah. So
It was
some vegetable.
delicious. Like
Yeah.
we have to throw back to that episode, just real quick.
It's not gonna help me because I won't be able to taste it. But okay, we should throw back.
But you can taste these.
We can throw back.
So I call the dish Aki and mushroom, jerk pork primavera.
Aki and mushroom.
Jerk pork primavera.
So you add the primavera part to make it sound fancy.
So I can charge more money. Huh?
Ah,
I show you, brother.
okay. So we're understanding the word chef thing now, right? So the primavera
Right.
part is the fancy name.
That's right.
Primavera is pasta with fresh vegetables.
That's right. That's right.
You didn't know that too?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing any pasta today.
Right. So we're getting rid of the pasta.
Right.
And we're just gonna, like I said, mix things up a bit. All right.
Like Jamaicans do, we make things our own.
Yeah.
Tono and next pasta.
Yeah.
Come on, make pasta. You can. Renee. I have work for Renee doing.
You should give her
You
word.
should get a pair of gloves. Thank you very much.
I will. I
All
will.
right.
Over here we have some regular rye plantain. I just diced it fine.
Okay.
Fried it. Get a little sweetness. So this is callaloo with coconut milk and the usual accompaniment, you know,
Callaloo
garlic.
with coconut milk.
Yeah.
That's new for me.
What?
Walk me through that one.
You cook the callaloo and cook it down in coconut milk.
Yeah.
I thought so.
So you start your process the regular way. You saute off your onion and your garlic and all those things. Then you add the coconut milk and let it reduce a little bit.
Before you put the
Before you put
callaloo
the
in.
callaloo, because you don't
See?
want the callaloo mushy.
Right.
Callaloo
Okay.
stop overcook callaloo. When your callaloo starts to
Don't do
get
it.
dark, that cook too much.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So you add the coconut milk, let it reduce a bit. Then you add the callaloo and you start
Stir
tossing
it.
it immediately.
Okay.
Because that cooks like in no
Oh,
time.
that must be so creamy and flavorful. I
my
need to
gosh.
try that.
Once
You
you
had
have
it?
I'm ready now.
You're ready?
I'm gonna try it today.
All right.
I have callaloo at home. I really should.
I mean,
Let me
no.
give you. Let me give you.
In a matter of minutes. All right. So what am I gonna do?
Curry lime jerk chicken.
All right.
Curry lime.
Yeah.
All right.
Just thin
Big
strips,
bad
please.
chef knife.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Don't cut yourself. Do.
if I don't work, how I going to eat? Eh?
I'm excited to see how this open face
So just put it on
taco
the-
is going to
Yeah,
work
let's
out.
put it on. Which one do you want me to do here?
I think that deserves the chicken.
This deserves the chicken.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait for this a little bit.
All right. This
So I
is
have
good.
3 of those. I have the 3 of the callaloo and 3 of the chicken. Just give me those in strips, Renee.
Strips.
Yeah. That's all right.
These are too fine.
No, that's perfect.
Look at me. I was made for this. I was made.
I'm thinking that we could have also done maybe a fish version.
Yeah, I actually considered doing fried saltfish for one of these. But I try and my next move is a festival type taco.
Okay.
You know, so the corn
I can see that.
Yeah. So this kind of vibe, but with festival as
But
the.
that would be a sweeter shell.
kind of.
So again, the
With
idea,
the fish.
With the fish.
And some Escovitch
Ugh.
Yeah, man.
When you're coming back,
ideas.
Ask him.
Next episode. This is a 2-part series.
I need more chicken.
I'm going to assemble 3, so you can just give me
One
probably one
more.
more piece. Yeah.
Listen, not go to waste around here, you know, so you can cut up everything in that bag, miss.
I
I'm
love,
loving the addition of the plantains, by the way.
Yeah.
I love like
It's a good
a
idea.
little bit of sweetness. I love balanced.
Kind of jazz up
meals.
the look of things
But
too.
then when you think of tacos, you think of fillings plus toppings.
Right.
So it makes sense that we would have
Something on here.
something additional on
And
here.
again,
A plantain.
blank canvas.
It is also pear season.
Yes.
Pierre.
So
Yes.
Get that wrong.
So a crema is essentially a Mexican sour cream, drizzling sauce kind of vibe. So
Yeah.
for this one, I just took a little sour cream, some heavy cream. I made scallion powder, put it in here, salt, lime juice. You're good to go. So I'm gonna
drizzle a little of that.
over that.
Scallion powder, salt, lime juice. That sounds very Jamaican.
Those are the flavors
It
we're going for.
does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm thinking that would work well with the chicken as well.
You might want to
Yeah, I
butter
did have it on the
that.
chicken. The only reason I'm not gonna put it on the chicken today is because I brought some mango chutney for the chicken.
We not drink coffee, tea, mango time.
You ever think of like bottling and branding that sauce? It sounds like something that we would
The
appreciate.
scallion,
The
yes,
scallion and the
yes,
lime and
supervisors
the-
like Renee would
I
appreciate.
told him to just hire me.
So I actually, for the scallion powder, I made it on Friday. It was the first time I did it, so I'm gonna get the processing time there.
So it's just dried scallion.
Yeah. So I just dehydrated some scallion, throw it in a
Sorry, dehydrated scallion.
bright. I'm kidding. And then throw it in the spice grinder. And you have scallion powder.
Ooh.
And say for you don't have a spice grinder. A mortar and
You
pestle.
Mortar and pestle. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can get a small bowl, use a spoon. All right, so for the curry lime jerk chicken on here, I'm just gonna put some chicken in this.
I'm sorry guys, I just tasted the sauce and it's so good.
Can imagine.
So, you guys definitely have to try this at home. This is actually a good idea if you're hosting an Emancipendence
Right.
get together and you want to serve something that's traditional but not old school.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
kind of jazz it up.
Yeah.
Because I get asked a lot. So that's a whole heap of work that. Why would I do that? You don't have to. I think the reason I came up with this was I wanted to send some to school with Luke, and you know,
Luke is not in
Oh,
the
to
whole
be in
vibe.
Luke's shoes.
Okay.
I live life, man.
A whole vibe.
Might be a bad idea. Come on to move out soon, and
This is not encouraging
it's
that.
not
is
encouraging
it?
him at all. It's almost 3. It's time.
It's time.
Fair enough. What's that? The mango
This is mango chutney.
chutney
Yeah.
on curry lime chicken.
Yeah. So I
This
went.
is interesting. Should be a burst of flavors in your mouth.
Listen,
It's crazy.
So this one, this chutney, I went more Indian. So I did a fusion of like Indian and Jamaican. So we have
Yeah.
local ginger, we have Scotch bonnet, but we
Which
also
would
have
pair well with the curry.
yeah, exactly.
I'm on a
See them,
roll.
We also have things like cardamom in there, which is an Asian spice. Some star anise.
I
and some
should
cloves.
remind you guys that we are filming inside our Waterloo store, so you may hear a little noise here and
So
there.
nice. Well, that's fine.
That's normal.
That's fine.
All right, so I'm finished with this platter.
It looks great.
If anybody wants to just
Dig
lay it out
in.
for me properly or dig in. That's all
Oh,
I
that's
need.
what you wanted to
You
say?
need
Lay
a
it out
layout.
properly?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, because I like this. It's you know what I mean.
I don't know
as the creative director on the project.
I don't know if we would have time to lay this out properly. I think hands would just be coming in to take one to go.
Again.
Of course, if you try this at home, be sure to tag us at MegaMart Jamaica on Facebook and Instagram. If you're not able to, or you're not confident enough to execute this, I'm sure you could call up Andre.
Yep.
And you could work something out.
You could.
Boom.
So if you're having your Emancipendence parties,
right,
you know what to do.
And remind them, just in case, I don't know if there's some way that they're not already following you on social media, where to find you.
It's Andre.cooks. Andre.cooks on Instagram. And I think that's what I have on TikTok as well.
You think?
I have all of these things over there as well. And a lot of times I show the videos, the recipes, the techniques, however. I don't know over there.
Right, so if you want a step-by-step and you want to slow it down while you're doing it, then it's perfectly fine to do that. If you want to go and see how to make his world-famous fried dumplings too, that's on YouTube.
Just search Andre Cooks Fried Dumplings, you're good to go.
This is harder than I thought.
And of course, all the ingredients that we used are available right here at MegaMart. So come down to your nearest MegaMart location. You still have time. Emancipendence is not until the 1st to the 6th, if you're having a 60th shindig. So we're going to put the open face one, miss.
Maybe should I try this
see what
on this one?
Was, yes.
I wasn't planning to plate it. I was planning to eat it.
Oh. We had a great time. It really was a pleasure having you as usual. We're going to have you back for part 2.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. My pleasure being here. You're busy.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
To cook up something else, I think the crew has some special requests as well. This is really innovative. Honestly, I would not have thought of making tacos out of boiled dumplings. But, yeah.
And that's why he's top chef.
That's why you're the top chef. Agreed. Top celebrity chef.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well.
Last scene.
Have at it when you're ready.
Ta-da!
It's gorgeous.
It does look good.
I'm sure you guys are going to really enjoy this.
I tried.
Did you know we have rock cake?
I've got some bread. You see that? Oh, bulla.
Like, listen, literally, if you're having a little shindig, I think, and you want to have some traditional Jamaican stuff, you can pop by the bakery. I found gizzardo, banana bread, and rock cake. You remember rock cake?
I haven't seen this in a while.
Right.
What do you call it? Grotto?
Grotto bread.
And
grotto
then, you
bread
know,
and cheese is a classic.
Bulla, and we're going to pair that with our avocado.
That one look nice.
It look nice. It's
Pear.
soft and nice.
Bulla and pear.
Bulla and pear.
We want to say a very special thank you to Chef André Sewell for joining us today.
Very, very special.
Our tummies love you, sir.
Thank you.
He showed us how to make Jamaican tacos. So
with a twist.
With a twist, right? It was fried
boiled dumplings.
We just want fry over boiled dumplings.
Yeah, overnight
right?
dumpling.
Dumpling. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Made the taco shells. And then we did Jamaican filling. So we did callaloo.
With the coconut. And then we had the beef the minced beef with the cheese, like a beef patty. And then we had
the beef patty with cheese, sorry. and
then curry lime
jerk chicken.
With mango chutney.
And delicious. Then you know after you eat, you feel for something nice.
You feel for something nice. You always feel for something nice.
There's
always space for something nice.
So
we have our gizzardo. We can get our banana bread, rock cake, our bulla with the pear, and our grotto bread with the cheese.
We are right next to the produce section, so I'm gonna just grab 2 pear and we're set. Yeah.
And just wash that down with some soursop juice. Or some carrot
lemonade
juice. Oh, okay, that works.
Lemonade.
Okay.
Just squeeze 2 lime and some sugar.
Yeah, and we're good to go.
Happy Emancipendence, guys. See you in the next episode. Come back to the things for Emancipendence.